barbecue websites under the control of tyrannical administrators. There was one man, a one-man army. He broke all the rules. He allowed his members to speak out, give their opinions, and make the website what it is today. Get ready for Greg Rempe and the Barbecue Central Show.
Live from Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Barbecue Central Show.
Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show. Very good Tuesday to you, wherever you may be. Welcome to the show. This is latalkradio.com. 1 minute after 9. Welcome aboard to a jam-packed show. Typically, we don't do the first segment interview, but I had to make way for a good friend and a true staple to the Barbecue Central forum, by the way, which can be found at thebbqcentral.com. He is a moderator, but more than that, and he's been very busy over the last couple of years. There's certainly no busier point at this point of the year than right now. It's Bill Small, director of Cruz in Louisa, Virginia. Bill, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Greg, thank you for calling. Appreciate you giving me a chance to talk about Cruz.
Not a problem. Certainly my pleasure. So, last year we did this. It was your inaugural event. By all accounts, certainly a big success. Didn't get the KCBS sanctioning last year, just because of, the first year, run. But you had people from the KCBS there. They were able to see the whole thing unfold in its entirety. Obviously, they were very impressed. This year, you get that KCBS sanctioning mark. So go ahead, tell us, give us a little bit of background on the event, when it's going to happen, and we'll kind of delve in from there.
Yeah, we are on a dead run right now. This is going to be taking place not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, the 17th and 18th of July. And we are, fully sanctioned this year, thank goodness. Last year we were able to get a license from KCBS, we were the first contest to be licensed without full sanctioning from KCBS. We were excited about that, and that's actually how the grand champion, Chick, Swine, and Bovine, was able to get an invite to the Jack Daniels and the American Royal. So this year, being fully sanctioned, of course, the grand champion again will get an invite back to the American Royal and hopefully be in the draw for the Jack Daniels.
All right, so again, it's going to be July 17th and 18th, so 2 weeks from this coming weekend. This is Bill Small, and is your title the director or the overall big shot, or what's the title we should be using for you, Bill?
Yeah, I've just been using director. It just seems to be to fit. I actually have a lot of help though. The Zions Crossroads Fire Department is there, and they're really heading up the car show. This is just more than just a barbecue competition, Greg. This is a full-blown summer festival. We have a car show that we had last year. We had 60 cars last year. We're expecting around 200 this year. 200? Last year we had 3 or 4 vendors. This year I've got 40 vendors, and including a winery is coming in to do tastings. So I know you're big into wine. You should be down here for this event.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, just those sheer numbers by themselves has shown, and people all the time have been talking about, as you're well aware, how bad the economy is suffering and how tough times are. But fuel prices have gone down, and if you have a good event, if it's well run, and you get some word of mouth, obviously, as you can see by your numbers, your cars are going to increase, your vendors are going to be increasing. I mean, this is an event that people want to get at because they understand, the branding that can take place and being a part of this whole thing, making it a success.
Exactly. And we have such a nice venue for this. This is going to be taking place at Small Country Campground, which, of course, is owned by my father. So I'm very lucky to have that. But more than that, the area that this is in is about 18 acres, and it overlooks a 25-acre lake. It's a beautiful scenic view of course, rolling hills here in Virginia. And each of the 55, I think we'll probably have 56 before the end of the week, 56 competitors will have their own individual camping site, and 40 of those are completely in the woods shaded. So they really enjoyed that last year. This year, since I increased the numbers, I've got some other sites that aren't quite as shaded, but I'm going to put the big boys in there that have all the air conditioning units and the big rigs, and they'll be just fine.
Is there still time to register if teams want to get in?
Not for the actual barbecue competition. I am full right now. In fact, I've got 2 teams on the waiting list. Unfortunately, we are limited on space for teams, so we had to stop it at. I was actually going to stop it at 55, but I think that we found one little area that we can put a 56th team in.
So you got the KCBS sanctioning, and from the website, it looked like the Mid-Atlantic was also kind of jumping on board for a sponsorship or for a designation. Did you notice an increase in registrants getting that distinction this year?
Oh, yes, an incredible amount. Last year we had 36 teams. The biggest name that we had last year was, of course, Dizzy Pig. Of course, Chris is a good friend of mine, and we had Pigs on the Run. John Atkins is a very good friend of mine. Really, notoriety, not the big names were there, although Tar Heel Smokers was there. I got to give him credit. But this year, I've got, of course, Diva Q's coming all the way down from Canada.
Right.
I've got 2 teams coming in from Canada. I've got Cool Smoke, which is Tuffy Stone. We've got the Wood Chicks. Leanne Whitman, of course, is going to be in. So we're pretty excited. Brett Brown, which is Stoddard and Brown, they've been on fire here lately. They're coming in. And I have Three Eyes Barbecue. They've been on fire here lately in the East Coast Division.
Sure.
And they're coming in. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited about the big names that are coming in. And I will say that out of the 36 teams that were here last year, I have 33 of them returning. So I feel those are great, great numbers.
Yeah, retention rate really high there. So what's the prize money are we looking at for competing in the KCBS event?
We have $10,000 up for grab. And I don't have the breakdown in front of me, Greg. I apologize, but I'm just getting back from another meeting. But, yeah, we have $10,000, $2,000 I think is for the grand champion, $1,500 is for reserve grand champion, and I think $1,000 is for the highest Virginia team. We have a Governor's Cup this year as well.
Wow. So, $10,000, certainly nothing to sneeze at. Definitely up there in the amounts that any other competition out there in the country is offering. So, a very good payout for sure, even if we don't know the particulars, and that's fine. This is Bill Small, director of the Q and Cruz, taking place July 17th and 18th. Bill, is there a website that people can go and find out more about this event?
There is. It is www.QUEANDCRUZ.com, QandCruz.com.
All right, so we got 55 teams coming in. We got a couple minutes left here before I let you go. You had mentioned some of the bigger names coming in. 33 teams coming back from last year. Always hard to handicap and break down a KCBS event because it's kind of a crapshoot. But good teams seem to rise to the top more than they don't on any given weekend. So, given the teams that are coming in, some of the bigger guns, some of the guys that maybe it's only there a handful of times that they've done this before. How are you handicapping this weekend coming up then?
That's a tough call to make. I will say that as a competitor myself, I'll say that consistency is everything. If you have a team that's very consistent in everything they do, from timing to seasoning to injections, whatever it is that they have up their sleeve, if they're consistent and good and consistent, then those are the teams that always seem to rise to the top of the cream as it is at a contest. So it's really difficult to say. Tuffy Stone was the top KCBS team last year or the year before that, and he's so competitive, he's so consistent, and I think that Tuffy stands a great chance. I think we've got a lot of big names that rise to the top on competitions. But as I've said to my team before, it all depends on any given Saturday or Sunday, as the case may be. Any team can come out on top. It's just a matter of how you present it and get your food out there. And if the area judges like it, then that's what this is going to score well.
All right, so we'll handicap in Tuffy Stone as our pick to potentially take the whole thing. This is Bill Small, director of Q and Cruz. This will be taking place July 17th and 18th. Bill, give us the website again so people can go check it out.
Sure, it's www.queandcruz.com, qandcruz.com.
All right, Bill, good luck. I know this is going to be a mad scramble here over the next week and a half or so for you guys to lock everything in, all the final details. But appreciate you making time tonight, coming on to talk about it. Good luck, and we'll have you on again soon.
Greg, I appreciate it. And give me a call during the competition or shortly after the awards, and I'll give you some of the results as they come in live.
All right, Bill, I will certainly do that. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Great. Thanks, Greg.
Take care. That's Bill Small. Very nice. Way to get us off and running here tonight. QandCruz.com. That's QUE and CRUZ. QandCruz.com. Link will be on the post show notes. Hey, are you a book reader like me? Hate the text but like the pictures? Stay tuned for my next interview coming up after these words. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the Pellet Grill Superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. You can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
All right, welcome back. Barbecue Central Show. Thanks again to Bill Small for coming on, talking about Q and Cruz. This portion of the show brought to you by the good folks at the Barbecue Guru, makers of the CyberQ, the DigiQ2, the ProCom 4 Wireless, the new NanoQ automatic temperature control devices, not to mention a host of other products that make your barbecue and grilling life easier. Look them on the web. The BBQGuru.com or give them a call at 800-288-GURU. All right, as promised. Well, not as promised, but as I was going out, I was kind of teasing. If you're a book reader like me, maybe the text isn't your thing, but I certainly do appreciate a very good picture. And joining me now, a guest whose book that I found through the Barbecue Central forum by a fellow forum member who posted about it. And as soon as I saw it, I thought I had to get this guy on. Certainly luck was on my side as I was able to get him pretty much right up immediately. His name is Wyatt McSpadden. Wyatt, thanks for coming on the show tonight. How are you this evening?
Hello. It's very exciting to listen to the ads. Barbecue and Music Shop and CyberQ and NanoQ. This is all new stuff to me.
Oh, you're not aware of the ProCom 4 wireless thing that controls your temperature from 600 feet away?
We're out here in the sticks where we fix barbecue with wood and fire.
Wow. You do it the old-fashioned way.
No gas.
Awesome.
No gas, thank you very much.
Hey, it was funny. I was just watching a piece about the guys over in Lexington and some of those places down in Tennessee where they look at you funny if you even mention anything about electric. It's all wood burned down to coals and fed over those brick and cinder block pits.
There are pockets of purity still here in the country.
That's right. Never forget that. So, Wyatt, I wanted to have you on tonight because I saw. Obviously, a post on my forum, then I went over to your website and saw the book that you have out regarding Texas barbecue. And before we get into that, for the people that don't know who you are, give us a little background about yourself, and then we'll kind of get into your photography background.
I am Texas born and bred. I live in Austin, Texas right now. I've been a freelance photographer for, almost 35 years, and photographing everything, doing a lot of magazine and advertising work. And I had built up a little body of work on the subject of Texas barbecue. I live in Austin, which is the buckle of the barbecue belt, and had an opportunity. The University of Texas Press came to my wife, Nancy, who designed the book, and me, and proposed that we do a photo book, coffee table book, on the subject of Texas barbecue, and that's what we're talking about.
Now, just to make perfectly clear, I mean, you're definitely, you kind of, I'm not saying you're sloughing off saying that you're a freelance photographer, but if you go to the website and you see your body of work, I mean, you have photographed some of the most very important people, either in sports or politics or business. I mean, you have their faces on film, to include former President Bush, Troy Aikman, and Emmitt Smith, and different sports stars, and I mean, these are some very important people you've taken pictures of.
Well, I've had a great run and still having a great time at it, but it's very satisfying. All the work that I've done, the most gratifying has been able to do this book and have an opportunity to photograph a subject that I love and the places that I love, and then have an opportunity to produce a book with my wife, who's a very talented designer. So,
and we'll get into the book here in just one second. From the other freelance stuff, was there a favorite one or two people you might be able to tell us about?
Oh, gosh. I just enjoy people, and certainly the Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith picture was particularly fun. They were fun to be with, and my son, Stuart, at the time, was 8 years old, is the little cowboy that's hanging onto the rope, having lassoed those guys. So stuff like that's fun, and certainly I've met a lot of very interesting people. I'm a big music fan, and I've had an opportunity to photograph a lot of the great country music artists that are around Austin.
All right, so you were more or less approached, as you had said, to kind of do this table or this coffee table barbecue book.
Right.
I mean, did you have, after they pitch it to you and you accepted, I mean, did you automatically have a handful of places that you knew you were going to go to and take pictures of, or did you actually have to sit down and start compiling a list of where's the barbecue hotbeds here, where are the niche places, where are the more well-known places, and going from there? I mean, how did you formulate that?
Well, there are some must-haves for a project like this in Texas. And I'd been to a number of them on different assignments through the years. And I had a body of work that was a foundation of what we did for the book. But I have to say, anyone who comes to Texas on a barbecue pilgrimage has to have Rob Walsh's book, The Legends of Texas Barbecue. And I use that book quite a lot. It's a terrific book. It's a guidebook, maps, and has many more places in the book that are written about than I was able to photograph. And one of the criteria for me, as far as my book is concerned, is that I didn't really care how great the barbecue was at the places. I wanted places that I thought looked great. And there are a lot of those in the state. But that was my primary criteria, since it is a photography book.
So how many places did you actually end up visiting during your time taking this book?
Well, I think there's 28 in the book, but I'm certain that I visited, 50 to 60 places. I didn't really keep track of it, but there were a number of places that I went into, and I just didn't care for the way they looked. They were too new. Probably the ones that were too clean were the ones that I didn't photograph. If you have the book, if you look at it, you'll see that most of the places that are in the book are they're gritty, and that's one of the things that attracts me to them. They're encrusted in smoke, and just as the people there, just as well as the places. So these are one-of-a-kind places. They're in small towns for the most part, and they're the real deal. And that was my criteria for what I chose to photograph.
We're talking with Wyatt McSpadden. He's got a book out, Texas Barbecue. It's a coffee table book, kind of exploring through pictures the legend of Texas barbecue. So, do you show up just kind of unannounced, or do you have to make requests to come in and photograph these people?
Well, in some cases, I did just show up unannounced. I mean, it's a huge state. I'm out on the road, and there are several of the places that I just spied as I was driving by them or cruising through one of the small towns. And whether I called in advance, which I did for a number of places, or just stopped in, I was free to pretty much photograph whatever I wanted to do, which was a very refreshing thing in the times that we live in right now. People were very welcoming and happy to help out, and without exception, the folks that we photographed and the places we photographed have been thrilled with the results.
Is it safe to say that the ones that made it in the book, you spent more time in photographing than the ones that either didn't make it into the book or the ones that you didn't care for as much?
It depends. It's different with each place. Some places the pictures reveal themselves to me instantly, and others, I spent hours at and found the pictures that are in the book. But there's no real formula to me, and at least in this case, it was the places that I felt compelled to photograph are the ones that made it in the book.
This is Wyatt McSpadden. He just has a book out called Texas Barbecue. It's kind of a coffee table through pictures of the legend of Texas barbecue. So, aside from obviously wanting to get the lore and the legend of Texas barbecue out in the book through pictures, did you have any other kind of hidden agendas or hidden accomplishments that you wanted to achieve with this book?
Well, certainly no hidden agenda. It's a wonderful subject, and there's no reason to have any other agendas other than just trying to capture what I think is a beautiful cultural experience here in the state. And it is a personal accomplishment to have a beautiful book by a reputable publisher that is selling very well, by the way. And I should say that the actual title of the book is Texas BBQ. And you can find it on Amazon.com.
Okay, I was just going to say, where can people go to buy it?
Certainly in the bookstores here in Texas, Barnes and Nobles, Borders, individually owned bookstores. I know that we've sold books to stores in Seattle and New York. I don't know about L.A., but of course the internet takes care of all that. Amazon's got it.
Amazon is easy enough. Texas BBQ is the name of the book. So, do you have any other upcoming projects, either dealing with barbecue or not dealing with barbecue, that are in the hopper that you're going to be starting here in the near future?
Well, as a matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going to get in my car with a copy of the book that we've decided, Nancy and I have decided that we want to have everyone that's in the book sign it. So I'm going to go visit about 8 places, drive about 350 miles, and just carry the book around on a goodwill tour. So it's not exactly a photographic project, but it certainly is related to our book.
And is that going to be for your records?
I encourage people from all around the country to come on down here to Austin, Texas. It's a great place to headquarter for your barbecue adventures. I suggest that you wait until fall or winter. It's over 100 degrees every day here right now.
Yeah, a little hot, I guess.
Yeah, some of these pit rooms, I went into one last week. They're not air-conditioned. I'd say some of the pit rooms right now are up to 125, 130 degrees.
I imagine the guys that are
takes a hardy soul to do this stuff.
Yeah, I was saying, I've got to imagine the guys that are working back there at this point are probably impervious to any type of heat or humidity.
Oh, I think they feel it.
The smoke doesn't insulate? I figured by now you got so many inches of smoke.
No. They're feeling it. Believe me.
One quick question.
Yes.
This has to do with cooking, but not necessarily to your book, but towards your craft. A lot of people, especially on my forum, and if you're any type of foodie, you love to take what we call food porn pictures. Of course, you know better than that than anybody.
Certainly. Can
you give us, the novice, the layman, any type of quick tips on how to give us some better shots or what things that we should be doing when we're kind of taking our food porn shots?
Well, just off the top of my head, I'd say most likely you don't want to have your subject out in the hard sun. Open shade, a patio that has a cover over it, softer light, and turn your ASA up on your digital camera a little bit so you've got a little faster ASA. So your shutter speed isn't too slow, and, get in close. Don't be afraid to get close to that stuff. You're going to put it in your mouth. You might as well get close to it with your camera.
Is there a huge difference between the guys that have the little point-and-shoot cameras and then the folks that have like a Nikon D90 or a D80 or higher for that instance?
Well, obviously the more sophisticated camera, probably the more sophisticated the user. And you do have some options as far as lenses and how close you can get in, et cetera. I should say that the book, Texas Barbecue, if you have a chance to get it, was all shot on film, large format film.
Wow.
So it's a little bit of a throwback.
You are old school.
It's not an all digital production. So at any rate, just a point of interest as far as that's concerned.
Was there a favorite spot or two during your journey that you were particularly drawn to?
Oh, I love the places in Lockhart, Texas, Kreitz Market particularly. There's another great little place in LaGrange, Texas called Prousy's Market, which is primarily a meat market, a small family-owned meat market. It's been there over 100 years, but as a side, they do barbecue, and it's just a wonderful, charming place. These are small-town places, small-town people with small-town values. All of them delightful.
Well, when I get down to Texas for a week or two, I'm going to look you up, and you can be hopefully my guide and kind of take me around to some of the great places.
I'd be delighted.
All right, again, this book is available at least to the general masses, Amazon.com. You're going to be looking up Texas BBQ. We're talking with Wyatt McSpadden. Wyatt, do you have a website that people can go to take a look at the book and some of your other works?
It is WyattMcSpadden.com.
Easy enough. So we'll go ahead and put that link up in the show notes so people can check it out after the show airs. Wyatt, appreciate you coming on, talking about the book tonight and some of the other stuff you've been into. So next time you have something come out you want to talk about, feel free to give me a call. We'll get you back up.
I'll track you down. Thanks very much.
All right, Wyatt. Take care.
Take care.
That's Wyatt McSpadden. Yeah. You have to go to the website, WyattMcSpadden.com. It's WYATTMCSPADDEN, WyattMcSpadden.com. Or just Google Texas BBQ. I'm sure he comes up in the first page. And then check out, there's three little, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of three fluff videos, little vignettes. Let's call it vignette. Why not? And he kind of goes over the story of what the picture looks like or how he took this picture. He gives a story behind it. Just that, well worth the visit. But go ahead, pick up the book, Texas BBQ. You can find it on Amazon.com. That was Wyatt McSpadden. When we come back, we will be having our monthly visit with our About.com guy, the barbecue and grilling reviewer master extraordinaire, Derrick Riches. We'll also be getting into, if you didn't know, I'm sure you all knew, the Centralites always know, that my birthday is coming up Friday. And unbeknownst to me, I have a slew of celebrity birthday wishes that have been rolling in, and I've queued some up on tape. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to believe who is in this cavalcade of birthday well wishes. You're going to be surprised. Believe me, you're going to be surprised. So we're going to come back with Derrick Riches. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio.
For Get going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the pellet grill superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. You can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288.
Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Back and better than ever, Barbecue Central Show, LA Talk Radio. I'm your host, Greg Rempe. Thanks again to Wyatt McSpadden for coming on last segment, talking about his book, Texas BBQ, coffee table book, through pictures showing the legend of Texas barbecue. A very great book. Check it out. All right. Let me go ahead and bring in our next segment guest. He is a reviewer, estimator, and overall grand poobah of everything grand that is about.com barbecue stuff. It's Derrick Riches. Derrick, what's up? How are you?
Hey, Greg. How's it going?
Great. Have you seen the Texas BBQ book?
You know, I haven't. I'm going to have to write them, see if I can get a copy of it.
Yeah, WyattMcSpadden.com is the website. This thing is a real film. So, I mean, this guy is a complete throwback. I mean, he's cooking on wood, wood burning down into the regular brick pits and regular film.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's crazy.
I at least have a digital camera, so.
Yeah, we're not all old schoolers. So
I wouldn't know what to do with film if I had it.
I know. Yeah, I don't even know where to take it anymore. So, Derrick, before we get into some of the stuff that we want to talk about tonight, first, I just wanted to mention that this portion of the show brought to us by D-Dog's Barbecue Rub, all natural ingredients, products that will make your barbecue taste great and have all your friends and family begging for more. Go to ddogsbbq.com. I believe the peach rub should be making its way to shelves very soon, too. That's ddogsbbq.com, ddogsbbq.com. My birthday is coming up Friday, Derrick. I'm sure you knew that. And
oh, yeah, I have it on the calendar.
Great. So evidently, a number of celebrities in the cooking world and barbecue world decided to send in some birthday greetings for me. And let me go ahead and play one of these for you. Let's see if you can pick this person out. He's been on the show a couple times. Couldn't believe this guy actually took some time out to do this, so take a listen to this. Hi, this is Stephen Reichland, and I wanted to wish the host of the Barbecue Central show, Greg Rempe, a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Greg. Wow, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Stephen Reichland, stepping up. All right, so we'll lace a few more of those in here during the portion of the show. So last time we talked about the cool chimney starter. We kind of traded notes on the Big Green, or not the Big Green Egg, but the Bubba Keg, right. Which is a Kamado style cooker. One thing that we hadn't gotten to in our last couple segments is this cooker called Good One Smokers. which is at the aceofheartsbbq.com website. So for those that aren't familiar with that cooker, give us kind of an idea of what it looks like, what it is, and we'll go from there.
Well, just so you get the name, it was actually created by a guy by the name of Goodwin. And so he just kind of changed his name up and called it the Goodwin Smoker. This is it's kind of a unique smoker. If you were to look at it, it would look like two very large metal toolboxes welded side to side. The firebox is a smaller piece, and then depending upon the model you've got, these go up to full trailer units. Then the smoking chamber is a very large box. They run parallel to each other, so the smoker box actually feeds full length into the firebox feeds full length into the cooking chamber. It has a number of unique features, one of which is the vents on it are what they call spinners. And it's basically a metal plate that when spun closed, it fits snug against the metal of the firebox, and then you can just turn it open. Kind of the advantage of this is it's very easy to kind of count your revolutions as you open it, so you get really used to where your setting is. And there's a nice feature I like with this is that there is a vent that can be closed between the firebox and the smoker box. So if you need to stoke up your fire, it's very quick and easy to just shut that, stoke it up and open it up again. Typically, it's a pretty traditional unit, run hardwood or charcoal. There's no electronics on it. There's no real gadget to it. But it has been popular with a number of competition cooks.
I was just going to say, are there any teams that you know of right off the top of your head that are using it and being successful with it?
I'm kind of at a loss to answer that one. But Chris Marks, who was the head cook for Three Little Pigs barbecue team until he retired a few years back to focus on this, is now the owner of the company. He's created Ace of Hearts Barbecue, this company, just to sell these smokers and to set up the retailer network. And he used this for many years, and I believe he got 8 American Royal Grand Championships out of there somewhere.
Not too bad.
Nope.
What kind of price range are these cookers looking at? Ballpark?
They're pretty pricey. They make a group of patio units, the smallest of which is going to run nearly $1,000. And they easily go up to about $15,000 for the larger trailer-mounted units.
So for the backyard models, what kind of a capacity are you looking at? Are these, for the $1,000, are you getting something that is going to be definitely enough or more for the traditional barbecue, hobbyist in the backyard?
Well, for the hobbyist, definitely. It is not, going to produce a high capacity on the smallest unit. I've actually had one of those, and I can put about 4 racks of ribs on it, and that's, I guess if you stacked them upright, you might be able to get to about 6. So it's not a huge capacity, in the smaller units, but once you work your way up through the scale, you can produce a lot of barbecue on them.
Right. So, and obviously the more expensive you go, the bigger they're going to be, the more Q you can produce given your particular need. So,
yeah.
The other thing that I wanted to talk about, and I've seen this probably over the last maybe it's even been 4 to 6 months at this point, is the Cook Shack's new Q Kitchen. And it's like this first mobile, fully amenitized outdoor kitchen. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, basically what this is a large metal frame platform. You look at it, there's just a metal platform, and you can raise it up and put it on wheels and hook it up to your trailer hitch and drag it off. But what they equip it with is pretty much everything you would need. Prep stations, sink with hot and cold water. It's got power to it. It's got all manner of hookups you would need. If you get the fully decked out version to their recommendations, and you get an FEC 100 smoker on there, and you get a small Traeger, I think it's the Little Tex Traeger grill that goes on there, plus a refrigerator. So if you get the full decked out unit, you pretty much would have everything you would need.
Yeah, and again, as you said, this is something that you can trail to whatever particular competition, or if you're doing a catering job, you take the wheels off, you lower down the legs, and you're just set up there, without the wheels. And then when you want to go ahead and pull it back. You just jack it up, stick the wheel axles underneath there, tow it up, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, and it's fully powered, so automatic leveling, and it's really easy to operate. According to the video they've got, you can have this thing loaded up in 8 minutes and be out of there.
Yeah. What's the price tag on this?
Fully decked out, you're looking at about $15,000.
Wow. So comparable to some of the bigger close or Gator units.
Smoke rigs.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you're getting an FEC 100, and that's about $3,600 for one of those if you just bought that standard. So if you went with the fully loaded version, it's about $8,000 if you don't get the refrigerator and the smoker and the grill. If you want to put your own equipment on it, still
a nice price tag, regardless whether you're not getting the decked out model or if you're going to provide some of your own stuff. So,
certainly. I mean, it's a pretty good price. But if you're buying this, you're probably doing something with it that's going to get some return.
Right, absolutely. All right, so let me go ahead and quickly drop in another celebrity birthday wish. I'm sure you'll recognize this guy. He was on TV quite a bit this weekend. Hi, this is pitmaster and cookbook author Chris Lilly of Big Bob Gibson's Restaurant. Just wanted to take some time to wish my good friend and great barbecue host, Greg Rempe, a happy birthday coming up on July 10th. Happy birthday, buddy. He was on the Today Show this past weekend. Did very good on a little chicken cook.
I saw that. You can't even tell where you put your name in.
I know it's fabulous. It's nobody more surprised than me getting these well wishes from these guys, these people that I look up to. So, one other thing that I wanted to cover before the end of the show tonight is this, and I didn't know about this, so I'm glad when we were corresponding earlier in the day. It's this I don't know what else to call it, except you're getting gypped on your propane exchange. Companies like Blue Rhino have cut the amount of fuel that they're putting in a 20-pound tank from 18 to 15 pounds. So what exactly is going on here?
Well, this all started last year when, fuel prices, spiked and gas prices were outrageous and propane prices were outrageous. It's literally like they decided, well, we don't have to put 18 pounds of propane in a tank. We'll keep the price down. We'll just cut back on the amount of propane we're selling. And this was done unannounced and without labeling, which led to, I believe, 2 federal lawsuits against Feral Gas, who owns Blue Rhino, and AmeriGas, who sells under their own names. And this is purely the propane cylinder exchange services, where you take your empty, you put it in a bin, and you take another one out.
Which is probably what about like 95% of us do.
Yeah, I mean, it's the easiest and most convenient way to get propane, but now all of a sudden you're getting a substantial amount less, than you were. And I've actually been receiving complaints from people who've been questioning, it's like, why is my gas grill or whatever, propane heater or whatever, suddenly going through so many more tanks of propane? It's like, well, because you're buying less at a time. Blue Rhino actually recently changed the labelings. They put that little wrapper sleeve on the tank. They actually changed it. If you look now, it actually does say it contains 15 pounds.
But this was done, otherwise there was no marketing effort to say, look, we're going from 18 to 15 pounds. It was just put out there for public consumption and probably hoping nobody would really notice or wouldn't say anything if they did notice.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you're not going to advertise the fact that you're suddenly giving people less for the same amount of money, or in actuality, in some instances, more money because of the change in fuel prices. So, this was done as quietly as possible to make sure nobody knew what was going on.
Well, guess what? The cat's out of the bag now because the internationally syndicated show that is the Barbecue Central Show is now on top of it. And much to and we know the KCBS is certainly felt the teeth of the show. So we know the power that this show holds. So now it's out there for public consumption, and we'll see what happens from here, I guess. Well, the more people who know about it, the better. That's right. So what do you have coming up to review here over the next handful of weeks before we have it back on again next month? I don't know. I got a few products coming in. Cuisinart has apparently decided that they're going to go into making some small outdoor gas grills, and I got one of those coming in. I thought that was kind of an interesting move on their part, so we'll see what they've got going. And you're still in favor of the Bubba Cake? Yeah. If you can find it. I still haven't seen one in the store yet. They sent out a lot to a lot of people. You got one, I got one, and I don't know that you can buy one.
So I'm thinking they're holding off to tailgating.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'll have to reach out to Drew Keenan over there at InZone and see what's going on. So,
yeah, and we're going to have some tailgating products coming up. So August will be a good time to talk about that.
That's right. So let me go ahead and give you one more of these birthday greetings here. I'm sure this lady that I'm about to play is probably one of the darlings of not only regular broadcast television, but of course the Food Network. Stand by for this one. Hi, this is Rachel Ray from the Food Network, and I just wanted to wish my Yum-O pal, Greg Rempe, a happy birthday on July 10th. I like the fact that she threw in Yum-O pal.
Oh yeah, definitely. Her voice seems to have changed a little.
It's probably just because it's not, the traditional broadcasting
True.
microphones, all that professional stuff. Forget about that.
They modify that for Food Network.
That's right. So we've been talking with Derrick Riches. You can find him, of course, at bbq.about.com. He is their grill and barbecue reviewer. Derrick, always appreciate you taking time out each and every month. Even if this is the only show you listen to every month, I appreciate you. Well, thank you. I appreciate you listening, and we'll look for you again next month.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. Talk to you soon.
All right, take care. Derrick Riches, bbq.about.com. I still think probably has one of the best jobs going out there. Gets stuff in, gets to give his thoughts about it. And his blog at this point, that website, bbq.about.com, very extensive, has a whole grill and smoking tab, has a whole reviews tab, the recipes. He goes over, the basics of barbecuing and grilling as well. So, not only do we have fun here every month talking about some cool items that are going to be out or are on the market that he's reviewed that we can kind of give you the yay or nay to go out and buy, because we want to arm you with the information, of course. But he gets to try out new stuff before most of us get to see it too. So here's another birthday and probably from the most important person in the country today. Hi, this is President Barack Obama, and I wanted to wish a good friend of mine and my consultant when it comes to barbecue and grilling, Greg Rempe, a very happy birthday coming up July 10th. Happy birthday. God bless America. Wow. I mean, to think that he had time to cut that while he's been over in Russia dealing with, the Russian government and trying to put all of these nuclear weapons. We're trying to cut down on that, all that great stuff. For him to even think of sending me a birthday message really touches my heart. Of course, let me go ahead and tell you this. If you want to win tonight for the free-for-all segment, Yoder's Smoky Mountain Barbecue sponsoring Sauce and Rub. By the way, they are the leading online distributor of Meadow Creek barbecue equipment, and these smokers, pig roasters, chicken cookers, and grills are handcrafted in Amish country of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And their goal is to give you outstanding value for the price and help you enjoy easy and profitable barbecues for years to come. They also carry a complete line of rubs and sauces, which we're giving away tonight. So I will take the first emailer to tell me the name of the event that I talked about first segment. So go ahead. First one in gets the Yoder Smoky Mountain Barbecue sauce and rub. Just a couple quick birthday well wishes here. You definitely know this guy. He not only is he probably one of the top personalities on the Food Network, he's also a thoroughbred enthusiast. Hi, this is Bobby Flay, master chef and cook on the Food Network. And while I haven't been on the show yet, I'm certainly looking forward to it, but I did want to wish my good friend Greg Rempe a happy birthday on July 10th. Let's go meet up at Saratoga Racetrack sometime, pal. Wow, Bobby Flay. The good news about Bobby Flay, by the way, is I have channels in right now. I have inroads made to people at the Food Network to possibly get Bobby Flay on here in a future show. So that's good. Also, little setup for next week and the week after. Next week, I will be having Ed Morin, maker of the FE line of cookers. We're going to be talking about his grill that is now available for sale. We'll also get into a number of other issues. I'll probably have him on for 2 segments. We'll talk about KCBS stuff because he was on the board for 6 years. So he's got a lot of insider information as far as how the industry runs over there. We'll talk about competition barbecue, and then, of course, his new grill and some of the other stuff he has going on. A week after that, Backyard Edition barbecue roundtable for pork butts. Got that lined up for you. And then possibly the week after that, the 28th, believe it or not, Joey Chestnut who is the current world record holder just this past weekend at the Nathan's All-You-Can-Eat Hot Dogs. He's a Major League Eating. I believe that's what they call it, Major League Eating. So Joey Chestnut will be on to talk about that accomplishment, and really, it's kind of a fascination for me. I want to know how they do that, how they train for that. One more birthday well-wish. Certainly you know this fine lady. Hi, this is Paula Dean, and I just wanted to wish a good friend of mine, Greg Rempe, a happy birthday coming up July 10th. Happy birthday, darling. You are certainly a sweetie. Nice. Paula Dean coming in. Love Paula. She cooks with... her favorite thing to cook with is fat. That's right. All right, that's going to do it for me. Thanks to my guests, Bill Small, first segment. QandCruise.com, place to go to find out about that. Wyatt McSpadden, Texas BBQ. Look it up on Amazon. It's a great book. Go ahead and buy it. Lots of great pictures. If you're a foodie that loves the great shots of all times, this is definitely going to go down in the annals of one of the great picture books for barbecue, for sure. Then, of course, Derrick Riches joining me this past segment. bbq.about.com. We'll have him on again next month. Thanks for joining me. Stay tuned for Broad Topics coming up after me at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and until next Tuesday at 9 p.m., I will see you back here. This is your program host and proud U.S. American, Greg Rempe. Good night now.
Get going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the pellet grill superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. You can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.